Hello everyone, my name is Miss Grace and I'm one of the 4-H agents here in Florida. Today I'm joined by a couple of our specialized agents who are going to be talking a little bit about music, and specifically we're going to be referencing the 21 Days music video. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, definitely check that video out. The link is going to be in the description box below. To start off with, I'd like to hear a little bit more about the history of this song. Where did it come from? Who wrote it? Can you tell me more?
Well, Grace, this is Andy, and it's really interesting the way that song came around. Is I was working with Chris on this project, and we decided that we both enjoyed music, and we remember as kids learning songs and educational songs, and you sing along and you learn these cool things, and next thing you know, you've learned something cool. So I got together with my mother. Actually, she is a kindergarten teacher for 35 years, and we wrote the song together, and what we had was 21 days, so it was a lot of fun. And then Chris and I were able to record it in a studio, and then we were able to make the 21 days video, which was a lot of fun.
One of the things I love most about this video is that it was recorded on a farm, and in a few of the shots, you can see a dog has jumped up on the back of the truck and is just hanging out. Who is this dog? Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Miss Grace, we filmed this on my property, on my farm, and that's my dog. That was my dog, Lady. And Lady was a dog that I got when she was a puppy from actually one of our 4-H families in the county I was working in. And so I got her as a puppy, and she was my dog for many, many years. She was a great dog.
This is Andy, and what was really fun about Lady is she was following Farmer Chris around. And as soon as he opened the tailgate of his truck, Lady jumped up in the back of the truck and sat there the whole time we were recording. Like, she's like, "I'm part of the video. This is great." And we didn't treat to get her up there, or didn't call her up there. She just got up in the truck and sat. So it was a lot of fun.
Now, I hear that while you were recording this video, something kind of unexpected happened. Can you share a little bit more about that story?
That is so true. This is Andy again. And while we're filming, we decided we wanted to film the last verse in a different location. And we could look up in the sky, and there was this huge storm coming in. We could see it coming, and we're like, "Oh, do we have time?" So we went and got on the tractor, and we were going to play it there. And the storm is just rolling in, and we're kind of looking at each other. Is this going to make? So we played and played and played, and as soon as you'll see me I'll hit that last chord, and as soon as the quits filming, this huge deluge comes down, and it just pours rain, and we run, and we have to stay under the barn for, I don't know, 20 minutes for this big huge storm to pass. So it was pretty exciting. We were, save the guitars, save the electronics, save everything, and we kind of hung out under the barn. But that was a spectacular ending to a day of filming.
Thank you, Andy. Chris, can you tell us a little bit more about the music behind this video and how to play it on guitar?
Like Andy already said, he and his mother wrote the song, and we both play guitar. And I happen to have my guitar here with me. And in fact, I was 4-H agent in Gilchrist County for about 10 years, and we had a guitar club there. So we would teach basic guitar. And most of what we would teach would be basic chords. And this song has some pretty easy chords. It's got C, and let me talk a little bit about the guitar. I know our camera here is a little bit of an issue. We don't have a very wide view, but this is an acoustic guitar, and it's got 6 strings. Now, some guitars have 12 strings, but most of them have 6. And it's got this. This is the neck of the guitar. There's little frets that kind of go up and down along the neck, and you can put your finger and push down by a fret, and that will make different sounds up and down the neck of the guitar. And it makes the string shorter, basically. And the shorter the string, you get a higher sound when the string's shorter. And there's all different combinations of string lengths, basically, that you push down. And those are called chords. And these different note families join together and make chords. And so the strings of the guitar this is the sixth string down here. This is an E. The open note would be E. And then B, G, D, A, E again. So every beautiful girl deserves apples every day. That's how I always taught the kids to remember it. But so if I put my finger to make a C chord, which is one of the main chords in the song, I would take, this is my first finger, and I would put it right above the first fret on the second string. And then I would take my middle finger and put it on the second fret of the fourth string. And then I would take my third finger and put it on the third fret of the fifth string. And I play the bottom 5 strings. And that's a C chord. These notes join together to make a family known as the C chord. So that's a C chord. So that's one of the main chords that we use in the song. And then there's also F, and then G. So C, F, and G. But that's the 3 chords that we use in the song. And pretty basic chords. It's a lot of folk music and country music use just 3 chords, and that's kind of a folk song that Andy wrote, and it's pretty simple tune, but it's catchy, and it does help the young people remember the concepts behind it. You know, a long time ago, you know, before there was a lot of written books or this, that, or the other, people would use songs to share stories with each other. And that's called folk music. And that's, I guess, some of the roots of this, that you use a catchy tune to remember something. And that's a great way to learn something, is to put together a nice little tune that you'll remember. And the rhyming sometimes will help you remember as well. So Mr. Andy's a good guitar player, a good songwriter, and he wrote us a good song that hopefully will help the kids remember everything we want them to learn about how long it takes for the eggs to hatch, and the care of the little eggs and how they hatch out into chicks.
Thank you, Chris. For our viewers, we're now going to give you a little demonstration of the 21 Days song and share which chords are being played during the song.
All right, boys and girls, the way we're going to do the verse is basically you have your C, and you're going to play a lot of them, and then you'll have your G's. So it's cluck, 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 and that's just you're strumming the C. Cluck, 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 and then you're going to just keep on strumming that C. Hear the mother hen talking to the, then we're going to go to G, baby, chicks. That's all there is to it. C, G, and then cluck, 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 cluck. Here she comes again, teaching her babies in the G how to eat. Cluck, 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 cluck. And that's the verse.
So for the chorus, we have the same 3 chords, C, F, and G, and the chorus starts with F. And Mr. Andy sang the first verse, so here's how the chorus would go. We kind of jump up to F. But all those little fluff balls, back to C, didn't always look that way. They once were encased in an egg to grow and change each, then G, day. And that took 21, then back to C, days.
Thank you again, gentlemen, for sharing your knowledge of music and some of the story behind the 21 Days music video. Now, if any of our participants are interested in learning more about music or playing guitar, what should they do next?
Depending on where you live, there's probably a very good music shop near you. And so I would begin by just going in and looking at the guitars and talking to the people. They'll have professionals that work down there with the guitars, and some of them even offer lessons. And so you might find somebody at the music shop who would be willing to work with you periodically and teach you. They also are a lot of books that they sell down there that have the basic chords. There's a lot of websites that have basic guitar chords and how to tune the guitar. Tuning, I guess, is learning how to tune. It's the most important thing to start with, and then learning the basic chords. But I think working with somebody is always better to learn from somebody that sort of knows what they're doing. Also, a lot of local community colleges will have guitar classes in the evening, so they might be a free or very inexpensive way to learn there as well. So also, just if you have friends that are interested, it's always good to learn with somebody else.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Chris, Mr. Andy, and for all of our participants, we'll see you tomorrow for another day of 4-H embryology. Thank you.
All those little fluff balls didn't always look that way. They once were encased in an egg to grow and change each day.